Oh, but you're just singing it, so that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's acapella.
Oh, okay.
Plus, if you're gonna hit hello, you gotta hit that cold ass like stare into the space that he used to do. Because
I don't think I can pull anything off like he could do.
bro,
Oh,
he would have the shoulder away and then just be like, hello,
Holy shit.
and just be off in space, man. That video was excellent.
mine would be very bad. See, watch.
I've been told that I did not have any so everything that I said that was funny didn't come through. So hopefully that it is now. Someone will have.
And we assure you, it was very funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was an amazing thing. Let's see.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies.
To crush your enemies.
And here's the laminations of the women.
The lamination.
Yeah.
All right.
The laminations of the. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity, you folks, to introduce yourselves to everybody who's listening and watching the stream out here. For those who are not familiar with who you are, while I continue to troubleshoot my microphone problems. So you are live with the folks right now. So let them know.
How do you have a microphone problem?
I know you can hear me, but for some reason the people on the stream can't.
Oh.
So I'm trying to figure it out. If they can hear all you, fine. I've just been selectively edited out. So, but I'm figuring it out. So yeah, give me one more minute.
You can dish the
When they
head.
can't hear. He's figuring it out. We'll be back in a minute.
So who would like to start?
Can you hear me now?
Oh.
Well, yours is probably going to be the nicest sounding, so maybe you should go last.
Okay. By that token, I should go first. By that measure. Yeah, am I introducing myself? I'm Dark Sheik. I perform at Hood Slam.
Woo!
Yup. At least I used to. Now I just, I play video games online and but it's good. You can go to birdswithfall.com, follow Dark Sheik FTF on social media. That's my story. Hey.
Where can they buy your merchandise and T-shirts and support you during this unusual time?
They could go to birdswillfall.com where there's a big list of merch, or they can just email hoodslam@gmail.com, or come find me on social media. It's all really the same thing. You're all going, it's all these different doors that lead to one unfortunate destination. And that's me.
I don't see that as unfortunate. I want you to know that we are big fans of Hood Slam over at Journey Pro, and
that's awesome.
We're heavily influenced by your aesthetic, and not to the point where we ripped it off. I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say we were just a little bit influenced by it. We were
not going to go beyond that level.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I got that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. I thought
that was really funny.
You're doing great. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we don't do anything now, but
I like how everybody's like, remember when we used to be wrestlers?
Man, you remember
now
that?
I just exist, kind of.
Yep.
Those were the days when we were kings and queens.
I remember back in my day when I used to take bumps for money. Great times. That's the time.
I remember before that,
free.
I used to take bumps for no money.
There you go.
Jake, I understand you have a show coming up this week, though.
I do, and everyone has to tune in and watch it. April 3rd. Who's watching it? Everybody. No one's got anything to do. You have to watch it. You have
what is the show?
How and where do we watch this?
The Ethan Page Body Guy Extravaganza.
That's still happening.
I was surprised too.
God.
Live.
I was surprised.
Live. You go to his YouTube page and you watch it live. I think it's at 3 p.m. if I recall off the top of my head.
If I were to watch that, who would I see in that? In the Ethan
in my
Page
match alone, you'll see me, Josh Alexander, Chris Dickinson, and Eric Stevens.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
There's also Brian Cage versus Scott Steiner in the 3 stages of hell, or I can't remember the actual name for it, but it's nuts. It's ludicrous. You'll see some Steiner math, and that's the selling point to me. But
yeah,
you sold me with Luda.
Luda.
Ruda.
But yeah, no. So everyone's got to tune in and watch it. It's great.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. So you know what? Let's get things started and let's play some dice game. What do you think? Let's play some
Okay, cool.
Zweihander.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
I'm real excited. I hope everybody has a pretty good understanding of who their characters are and what the situation is, because since we're just playing for a couple hours here, I wanted to make sure that we could kind of jump right into the middle of the action, not have to worry about like an elaborate setup. So who wants to explain to our audience at home what's happening? I'm just testing you to see if you were actually paying attention to my marketing material.
Yeah, I looked at it. I don't know if
I looked at it.
I looked it over, you know.
No,
Are you asking for like what the description of the game was? Is that what you're asking?
No, yes. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Do that.
I know it's pretty much like very similar to the way it is now. It's the end of the world, and it's almost like a Hunger Games style-esque, like we battle to the death, right?
Yeah, that's pretty darn close. So all of you are former gladiatorial combatants and champions, and gladiatorial sports have been outlawed. So as sort of a way to sort of a way to, as an honor for those who decide that they don't want to actually continue, everybody has been given the option to come and fight and die in this final, basically like mass battle royal.
Right.
Like, considering it'd be a great honor to leave it all on the field, so to speak. And
venture on to Valhalla.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a mystery is afoot, because not everything is what it seems.
Oh,
Because
the Delaware chicken is intrigued.
Yeah, it's set up. I'm not laying down anymore.
So at this point, the battle has been raging for almost 3 days. Between the three of you, you have probably killed 40 to 50 competitors apiece.
Hell yeah.
People you used to call friends, people you called allies, people you drank with, people you hated alike. All of them have fallen today. It's worth noting that all of you are familiar with each other, and maybe if not fans of each other's work, are at least familiar with the accomplishments. All of you have been multiple-time champions at this, and you know this is sort of
this is a belt.
the last hurrah. And if it were to come down to the three of you plus one who is having difficulty showing up onto the stream, they would know. You would in no way be surprised. You would not feel discouraged by falling in battle to any of the others.
Yeah. So like me as Eradicate, 3'6" halfling, like expecting to see these other three people at the end. This is who I thought would be standing across from me at the finish line. Doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
You were looking up at them, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's fair. That's
true.
about true to life.
So Eradicate possesses of almost like godlike agility and balance. And Eradica's survival has frequently survived on their ability to basically evade getting hit. Eradicate has a knack for avoiding taking too much of the pointy ends of the sword.
Can't hit what you can't touch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas,
are you gonna do a little character intro for all of us? Because that would be cool.
That's what I'm doing.
Sweet.
Yo, if this is the movie, they're doing like the little background video things with the title on the thing. Like, let them do this, man.
Yep.
Well, I just realized that's what was happening. I got excited. So
kind of like those sweet. I actually was going to ask our editor to do the Journey Pro Fistful of Dollars intros that we do. Didn't get to do them though. Sorry, I didn't make these characters in time. Why lie? But scrolling across the field, you also see a sour, large ogre 3 times Eradica's size. You know,
6 feet tall.
yes, well into the 9 feet range, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's a known complainer. He is incredibly talented, but sort of his thing is that as time has gone on, his like style of fighting kind of fell out of fashion, and people turned on him when he was champion for too many years in a row. And he rather than change and adapt with the time, he sort of let the sadness and like bitterness overtake him. But
Okay, but tell me about his character.
yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, and the most unusual, perhaps, of the three of you is actually a former soldier, an elfin watchwoman who was a military officer who used to be in charge of guarding the roads, who took a little too much loose money and end up basically being forced to either spend the rest of her life in prison or take up the ways of wrestling and combat. Opportunistic, cold, calculating, and never afraid to take an angle of opportunity to get what she wants. She calls herself, when fighting, the Scarlet Death, and that is who old Jacob will be playing here. Because he picked last. He picked last, and he got the Scarlet Death. The one we're missing.
I picked last.
You did. Well, you didn't pick at all.
Yeah.
And so
I
you
don't
got the
remember
last
happening. I
choice.
just saw my name listed on the thing. I was like, "Cool, I'll be Scarlet. She sounds hot or whatever."
Yeah, she's not bad. Not bad. The character.
I like her. I think I messed up.
The fourth we're missing, of course, is the uncouth youth, who is makes up for a lack of athleticism by being willing to throw himself from high places and to cause himself great pain.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Or literally any one of 200 people that we all know. We could probably name at least 7 or 8.
Look, you knew what we were talking about when we were talking about it.
He ended up with he was randomly rolled because all these characters were randomly rolled, and only I made some like editorial decisions to go with that. Like I wanted to make sure that we had like at least a somewhat diverse group. I wanted to make sure that that was true, but he ended up being like 5'8" and 277 pounds or something like that. So he is the uncouth youth is actually quite a spark plug. He is he's a big fella, despite not being very tall. But
put on my battle robes.
There you go.
Get
Get
ready.
ready.
We ready to go now.
So as you come across, covered in blood, exhausted, probably haven't been able to sleep for more than an hour or two here and there. Lucky for the elf, who does not need to sleep nearly as often as, say, the rest of you. But that being said, knee-deep in the muck of this. No one is here to watch this because this isn't done for the audience. It's a lighthouse tonight. This is done specifically for the honor of people who wanted to die this way. The 4 of you come barely able to hold your heads up, facing each other a distance of maybe 20 feet apart. And there's an eerie silence except for the vultures that are picking at the oldest bodies. What do you do?
We all stare, and then we yell, and we run right at each other, because that's how it would be on a movie. For sure.
Or Ninja Gaiden. They
Yep.
would be like that way in Ninja Gaiden.
Mm-hmm. This sounds sweet.
I'm going to take a selfie real quick, just of what's going on. Maybe some of the vultures. Is that...
I'm 9 foot. I'm 684 pounds. I'm talking shit. Okay.
Then talk some shit. Let's hear some shit talk. Do it.
All right, hold on. I gotta get the character. You've all come this far to die at my hands. Die with your weak, pathetic
Oh, it froze for me or everybody.
The
The promo was too hard.
Perfect.
I didn't do it.
Sucker.
He had so much energy. It just
Yeah.
attacked the computer.
He actually downed the network.
I was getting into that. I was invested.
I was.
No, I was talking trash.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
We just went to commercial. We came back. Go ahead.
Like,
Okay,
oh no, we missed you.
Where'd I cut off? Where I cut off at?
You don't have to.
Oh, we
Way
heard
too
all of
early.
it.
This is
You don't have
awesome.
to. You don't have to wrestle during the commercial. You just go into a rest hold.
Okay, then cool. Y'all don't want this. 9 feet. 9 feet.
So, Bork's final words are that he wants to tell you that he's a lot bigger than you, and that he feels that he can best you in battle. Does anyone have a retort for that?
I'm gonna bite your ankles off. I'm gonna chew right through them boots. I'm gonna gnaw through them shins. You're gonna be like Hank Hill's dad. You're gonna be upset.
And then I'm gonna wait for that to happen, and then I'm gonna pick all the bones. So
I'm gonna throw him the shins. I'm gonna let him have the bone. I'm not even upset.
All right. I think we're gonna call. Bork's attempt an attempt at intimidation, which is
Damn
a
right.
skill on your sheet. How would you like to roll me some percentile dice to see how that worked out for you?
Okay, then cool. Let me see what's going on here. First of all, I'm shit talker number 1. So I'm looking at this thing. So intimidation would be under my fellowship, baby.
Yeah, it's under the. You'll see it's a skill in. I'm looking at it right now. Intimidate is a.
I found it in brawn.
Yeah, it's a brawn skill, so that's good for you because brawn is a particularly strong.
Okay. But I don't have a dot in that particular skill.
All right, so you just
Okay.
got to roll your base chance of brawn, so whatever the percentage is off to the left.
Cool, that'll work. All right.
All right, so your percentage in that, I have your sheet here, should be a 46, I believe.
23.
All right, you are definitely shaken. If you look down on your traits, you'll see that you have a frightening bellow. Your voice is so powerful that when you succeed at intimidates, opponents suffer stress. They are actually all stressed out.
That
damn.
seems right.
So Eradicate and Scarlet both suffer 10 mental peril. That is not enough to affect you negatively, but needless to say, know that you are both a little shaken up by the words.
Y'all ain't shit.
It's not wrong. It's accurate. Yeah, I'm a little shook. You know, hey.
I'm shook listening to it from here. But that being said, Bork has a reputation of being kind of all talk.
Mm,
He is and you know him well enough. You're experienced enough that that's not going to prevent you from being able to keep fighting as you need to. So,
Narrators.
By all means, I'm gonna roll my eyes.
leave that part out.
All right, so it seems like we're going into a combat. I want everybody to. We're going to roll initiative actually, because that's where we're going from here. So
This is
roll
gonna
a
sound-
10-sided dice if you would for me, just a single one.
Just one.
Yep, just one.
Bam.
The percentage one or the other?
Just either one. You just have to roll one of them.
I got 4.
All right. So Scarlet, your initiative bonus is a 10 because you are a watch woman. You actually go very quickly.
Damn.
So, all right, Eradicate, what did you roll?
You know, my dice is loading right now. I didn't exactly have.
You want me to roll for you?
That would be lovely if one of y'all could help me out.
All right, no
You
cheating
got-
here. Actually, you can cheat if you want. I won't tell.
You can cheat.
I can show it on the
Hey,
screen.
y'all
if you
better
want.
not cheat.
Yeah, but you
Can
can
you
show
see it?
whatever you wanted. What would that possibly be? How would that not be cheating if you rolled the dice, held it up?
I'll be
You got
ready in the
9.
next.
Roll a 9, and that's real
9.
good.
It's real good.
You did
That's
good.
real good. All
Damn,
right.
I mean, no, you didn't.
All right, Bork, what do you have?
Got a hard 8.
Hard 8.
God damn
All
it.
right.
It's a family show, Shug.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hard
Come
8
on now.
is gambling. How about that?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
big fan.
Oh,
I'll be chill.
All right.
Okay.
Scarlet, you actually get to roll one more 10-sided dice and add that total to your initiative because you always almost go first. So
You want me to do
roll
it
another
again?
dice and tell me what you get.
You got a 2.
A 2? All right.
When
All
I put it there,
Scarlet, you are going first. You are quick on the draw.
Oh,
You have your bow with you, which is your preferred fighting technique when you are not in hand-to-hand wrestling combat. It's what you were trained as a watch person. So you are the only one in range of being able to strike if you'd like to do that right now.
hell yeah.
All right. Who do you want to shoot your bow at?
Big man talking smack.
All right. This is going to be a simple ranged test.
Simple range. Okay.
Yep.
I have 2 in that department.
All right. So whatever your combat score is, add 20% to that.
So do I roll 1 die or 2?
You roll 2 dice. You roll the percentiles. So you want to roll under 62%, basically. You have a real good chance of hitting him here.
You get 63.
Oh my god. I got 63.
Yeah!
Oh my god, it's gone.
Well, that's cool.
Your bow is too small to box with God. Ugh!
That is indeed a miss. I'm going to say that's close enough that the arrow strikes the thick, rugged, like roped skin of the ogre, but it's not enough at this distance to poke through. The arrow just sort of glances off without drawing blood.
Back in my day, we ain't need no arrows.
Man, I really got 63. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's a little messed up. But at least it makes for a fun time. So, that being said, now that you've taken an action, but you can now choose to either move or hold still to give yourself a chance at defense later. Basically, stay at a defensive stance.
Yeah, I'll do defense.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see.
So what that basically does, it gives you the option by staying still to be able to parry or dodge an attack that comes your way later.
Yep.
So, cool. All right. That is it. Eradicate, you are up.
Yeah, it's my time.
My time to shine.
I'm ready. That's exactly right.
What do you want to do? You just saw Scarlet take a shot at the bow with at Bork and didn't really go her way.
Go after Bork.
Let's see. I was wrong when I said I'm ready. I think while Bork is looking at the arrow or knocking that out, shoot. I'm not sure how to approach this giant, actually. I'm not sure what a good strategy is here.
Don't. How about that?
Yeah, it's intimidated by the words. Can I take a second to regroup for my mental peril?
Yeah, you can take a moment to breathe.
Okay.
You're not at the point where it'll affect you yet, but it could be in the future. So you just want to kind of hang back and see how things.
I feel like I'm getting a lot of education from watching, and necessarily don't need to jump into the fray right away.
That's not a bad way to go for sure. So, all right, and you can always as well dodge or parry if attacks would come your way. So you're kind of in a defensive stance. You're ready to take care of yourself, and kind of while this is happening, there's still minor skirmishes that are going on all around. You're not the only 4 left. It's just getting down to that point where the mosh pit is kind of tired at the end of the night, and now everybody has to run to find the next person. That's kind of where we're at with the battle royal.
Okay.
There are still other folks around. You can see people who are a few survivors and stragglers. Most of them are going to desert. They're going to dishonor themselves and leave the field before the fight is over. But
that was rough.
Yeah, it's a rough life. They are not quarantining. They're not maintaining social distancing.
Hmm.
So yeah, hold on to that, and we will go on to old bitter Bork, whose training involved a lot of broken limbs. And
Try me, Bork, or whatever.
Bork, you know the situation. What do you want to do?
Take a hit.
I
it.
am displeased at the insolence of Scarlet, and she must learn. She must learn.
Try me.
Therefore, I believe this is simple melee. Therefore, I wish to tackle and grapple.
Okay, there is actually a takedown maneuver, which is used during using that skill. Yes, so you're gonna move towards Scarlet and go for a full double leg takedown. Gonna do the take her down to the ground.
Damn right.
All right. So what is your percentage chance to hit?
So I got 41% in combat, and I have a dot in simple melee.
All right. So you've got your knuckle dusters on. You've basically got like the equivalent of brass knuckles that you wear on your fists for this. So yep. All right. So you got a 51% chance to try and take Scarlet down. Go ahead and roll that.
And then I put my -10 on there, right?
No, I already got that figured in for you.
Okay, then cool, perfect.
Yeah, I got it.
appreciate
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you, narrator.
No problem. I got you.
All right. Yeah, hold on. Reset. Hit that man on there. 56.
Didn't do it. Not quite enough.
Hey, does that mean that I parried?
You didn't have to because Bork wasn't able to pull it off. Bork's sciatica actually kicked in when Bork went to go for the takedown. You're too short. Bork had to do a pretty substantial amount of like stooping.
I really was hoping to parry this little piece of shit. So
You're gonna have that chance.
You called me.
Right.
Oh, you called me.
Bork, so that's the end of your turn. You see Bork charge across the field and try to go for a tackle, but Scarlet definitely sidesteps it, and now they are toe to toe. They are side by side. What do you want to do?
oh man, I want to hit this guy.
All right, you still have your bow, but you also have your dagger, which is your backup weapon with you. That bow's not going to be effective now because Bork's right up on you.
Cool.
So you're gonna have to switch to the dagger.
Okay, and I roll the same.
You're actually rolling as a simple melee now instead of simple ranged, which is the next skill up.
Okay.
So I think it's probably just one dot less for you. So I think it's a 52.
Yeah, it is one dot left.
All right, still got a better than 50% chance. So roll your.
Boy, stop. Boy, stop.
So I got to get. What do I have to get?
52 or under.
Boy, stop.
I got 63 again. How did that happen twice?
Magical.
Your dice are loaded the wrong way, man. That's
Yeah, let me reload these.
Y'all can't stop, boy.
Did you get a 63 again on that third roll?
No, I got 51.
Okay, you would have hit that time.
Yeah, that's the time that the other one was a practice one. So
yeah, there you go. Also, I will tell you that if you roll doubles, like say you roll a 33, a 44, something like that, if you roll doubles and it's a success, it's a critical success. If you roll doubles and it's a failure, it's a critical failure.
Oh.
So if you rolled 66, you would critically fail. But if you rolled 44, does that make sense?
What happens if you critically fail?
Usually bad things. Things like losing the weapon. The dagger might break in his thick skin. A lot of bad things might come your way. But
okay, all right. So.
But the critical success will do some serious damage there. So you definitely want that to happen.
All right.
All right. So.
Well, for right now, no damage, right?
No damage.
You missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Everybody's unharmed at this point, except a couple of you have taken some stress.
Fort Lesnar. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Eradicate, you're watching these two these two sort of try to duke it out. Nobody's actually drawn blood on each other, but the intent is definitely there. What do you want to do?
I want to run and drop kick Bork in the back and try and topple him onto Scarlet Death, Red Scarlet.
Do it. We will call
Yeah.
that. Yeah, let's do a. So you've got enough of a range that you're actually going to get a charge onto your attack, which means you'll get a bonus to hit. So you got a running.
That's like that charge. Like when Roman pulls the arm down, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a punch anymore.
Oh,
I got that charge.
you coming up with hot spots in a pen and paper game, yo? Real?
Found it.
What's that?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that's going to be under your unarmed skill, which is actually the
Right.
same as simple melee.
I'm actually not familiar with what my weapon is, so I
Alright.
went with the drop kick.
Your weapons are sort of your weapons are actually sort of improvised. Erratic
Okay.
kind of uses their environment to their.
This was around? Okay.
Yep, and you'll notice that you do have
Dropkick
2
is
dots
perfect.
in simple melee weapons, so you are an effective
Totally.
fighter.
Okay.
So you have
There.
plus 20% for simple melee, which puts you at
Mhm.
67. And the charge gives you a plus 10, so you have a 77% chance to
Okay.
hit Bork.
80.
Wow.
80.
So, help me out. What am I rolling here?
You're going to roll, do you have 2 10-sided dice? Do you have percentile dice, as they're called?
I have 2 10-sided dice on my phone now.
Okay. So
Ooh.
whatever the first one is your tens place, and the second one will be your ones place. So that will give you a number between 1 and 100.
I got 17.
17.
Yeah.
That is decidedly a hit.
I'm mad as hell.
Well, all right then.
All right.
Now,
So your brawn bonus is what? The number that says BB next to your brawn percentile score.
oh, it's definitely good. I know
It's
that.
pretty small. I think 3.
It's a 3.
All right.
It's
So
a
I want you
good
to roll
3.
one 6-sided dice and add that 3 to it.
Okay, I can do this. It's a great app. You got a 4
All right.
plus 3 is 7,
Yep,
right? Okay,
that is
I got
correct.
this.
Now the
all
unfortunate
up.
thing is that the drop kick is not enough to
Oof.
hurt Bork. Bork has the
Okay.
gladiator army on, very tough. However, you do have a chance to knock Bork off balance onto Scarlet, as you intended to do.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
What the heck?
So Bork is going to have to make a coordination test for me.
Okay.
I don't think that's a very good one for you.
I ain't mad at it because I'm landing on him. So it's all good. I ain't
Yeah,
tripping. What you need me to roll?
It's a coordination test, which is an agility-based skill.
All right. So out of my 100,
Yeah.
bam, 89.
Yeah, that ain't going to do it. You
Ooh.
failed that coordination test. You go tumbling down into... All right. Now, Scarlet had 1 point remaining to attempt to try and dodge something like this occurring.
Oh, my
Scarlet, you've got a giant ogre coming crashing down onto you right now. I believe he's near 700 pounds and 9 feet, something like that.
Yeah.
You want to try to get out of the way of that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you need to roll me your dodge, which is also your coordination, which I believe for you is 46%.
I don't even see that. But yes,
Yeah,
I will
it
roll.
is. I've got your sheet here, so you want to roll 46 or under.
I got 87. How's that do?
Whoa.
Bork
Not-
comes
not it.
crashing down on top. That's
Yeah!
good. That's good because I was basically who was going to take the damage was going to be whoever, whether the ogre hit the ground or hit Scarlet, whichever of those things occurred.
Cool, it's me.
Yeah.
Plan has come together.
All right. Here
I
we
think you're happy
go.
about it. You're happy about it.
This is gonna be good. I'm rolling the damage for this because this is a hander.
I want you to count every pound
Three,
too.
I
Every
will.
pound.
I will. All
I'm
right.
gonna die.
What is your brawn bonus for? Is it 9? That's a lot.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna count that as your damage for this. So that's 14 damage to Scarlet, and Scarlet's damage threshold is not good enough to take that for this. You're
Am I
not
dead?
You're not dead,
Oh
but
yeah.
you have become lightly wounded.
I become what?
You become lightly wounded.
Oh no.
Yep, you've taken
Lightly.
a wound.
No, it hurt.
Now here's the real bad news for you on that. I need you to roll me a 6-sider, Jake.
6.
Yeah, roll me a 6-sided dice.
All right, and I get my
Because
lucky one now.
you moved 2 steps down the damage condition track. We're gonna see if you were sustained an injury from this.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, do it.
I got a 4. What's that mean?
Nothing. You're fine.
Man,
You're fine.
Okay. That was tense.
Basically, you don't want to roll a 6 on that, and the further hurt you get, the more 6-siders you roll at once. So the next time you move it down again, you roll 2d6. After that, 3d6. And eventually, you start getting gnarly injuries like compound broken arms and like eyes getting plucked out and things like that. You get real.
I'm gonna feel how I feel in real life.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you're definitely not feeling great. You definitely like got the wind knocked out of you. Probably broke a rib, but you managed to squeeze your way out. You're kind of laying side by side. You're not dead yet. You're definitely getting better.
Shit.
All right, and it is your turn actually now.
The way Bork fell, that's messed up.
Yeah.
it's about to be a lot worse.
Yeah, Bork did more damage falling than by attacking. So
Yeah, it's really his bad.
yep, Scarlet, you're up actually.
Oh, I'm up.
Yep.
Can I hit not Bork? What's your name in this?
Eradicate.
Eradicate. Can I hit Eradicate?
You
I
definitely
would.
can. You have to move over to Eradicate because Eradicate's a few steps away.
You ain't going nowhere.
So
I
it'll
don't
take
know.
you a move to get there, and then you can attack.
Okay, then I'll attack Bork.
All right. Bork's laying right next to you. You're just gonna.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna like lay down and punch him in the face like this.
All right.
Oh,
Do it.
that's what you're gonna do.
Do it.
Two.
Roll me some
2
dice. Roll me some dice. Yep. Roll the 2d10.
Big money. Big money.
Yep.
20 and a 0.
That's 20 even. That's a hit. You definitely put the.
Boy, you better.
You
Boy.
put the. You said you just basically backhanded? You just used your fist for that?
I'm laying down like this,
Yep.
and I punched across my own face,
Okay.
which honestly wouldn't cause much damage in real life, but in this one it could maybe cause a lot.
Yeah, no, we're gonna count it. We're gonna count it. So, yeah, with that, go ahead and roll a 6-sided dice for me.
All right.
Let me know what you rolled.
I got 1.
That's not gonna do anything.
Shit.
That 4 points of damage is not gonna do anything. But Bork, you kind of feel like you got to check to see if you got the blood coming out, but doesn't even like.
What would
Teeth are all intact. Everything's fine.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know all that, player.
I don't even want to ask.
You made your decision.
Yeah.
Now I gotta make mine.
I mean, it was a perfectly reasonable thing to do. All right, Bork, you're up.
I'm coming with that. I'm coming with the forearm. That's what's happening. I'm coming across with the forearm now.
All right. Roll me some dice. Let's see what happens.
That hunted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam. 42. What we got? Jackie Robinson.
That's a hit.
I'm dead for
That
sure.
is a hit. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. All right, you hit with the forearm. Comes straight across the face.
You need that 6?
Roll me a 6-sided dice. Yep.
Bam. 2. What I got?
All right, your brawn bonus is 9. Yep, that's enough to do some damage. That's 11 total damage. What is Scarlet's damage threshold? Scarlett, that you definitely felt it. You felt your jaw kind of snap back.
Damn right she did.
You're not going to
I'm
be
looking
able
like
to
this now.
survive in this. You're not going to be able to survive toe to toe with Bork for too much longer. You're moderately wounded, and go ahead and roll me 2d6 this time to see if you're injured.
I'm gonna release you from your mortal coil, Scar.
Let me get my red one out. You're fucked now, or effed.
See these hands?
I got a 3 and a 1.
All right, you're fine. Scarlett avoided injury. You're definitely feeling. So
I
this is
want-
actually kind of funny, but the uncouth youth's wrestler ability, if he gets, the more wounded he gets, the more bonuses he gets to his actual like attacks and defense.
Okay, I'm gonna be him now then.
Technically, that Anton never showed. So if you die, we're definitely putting the uncouth youth in here because the
Oh,
Yeah.
slow down.
It's all right. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't even gotten to the. There's actually a plot coming, I swear, but we're gonna fight this out first.
I forgot there's a
already in a
mystery. I
plot.
forgot about that.
All right.
The
Oh,
plot
wow.
thickens.
There's a plot, but we're gonna
Just
get
Really
did.
trying to smack y'all down right
There you
quick.
go.
I gotta show y'all who the daddy is.
All right. What else? You got anything else you want to do, or what? Do you got anything else?
I can still do stuff.
You can't attack again. You can only attack once, but you can. What else?
Maybe you should go after Erotica. You think about that?
Nah, but
Y'all
she's,
doing
but
good.
she's like real fast right now, and you like laid out, so it's easy. But at the same time, I wanna stand upright again. Like, let me get up. I'm on the ground.
You
I
can do
can't.
that. Full stand. Yep, that's a good idea. That actually makes you harder to hit, so you're good there. I gotta
All right.
make sure. I keep looking over because the camera is here, and I keep looking because all the people are over here on my other screens. So.
Excuse me, Erotica. Okay, well, the word I'm about to use is genderless anyway, so it's okay. Drop kick me again, bitch. See what happens.
I think we're gonna see what happens. I'll roll for that. Got a good job.
You want to go for another drop kick?
Is it my
Oh,
turn?
yeah.
It was yeah. Actually,
My
so
go?
Bork just went. Yeah, because Bork moved. Sure. Yep, it's back to you.
I'm surprised you didn't call Rana.
Yeah.
I want to grab his foot and rip his boot off. Work.
Do it.
Are you making these things up? Or are you reading this?
Me?
I
Yeah.
guarantee you didn't make
I'm
it
just
up.
imagining what I would do.
That's, and honestly,
Because last time you
for
said
this
that,
game,
he was
that's
like, yeah, you can
exactly
do
what
that.
I want you guys. What I want you to do is
I don't
just think
understand the
about
rule.
what you don't have to. You don't have to. Let me take care of that.
Yeah.
And I don't. And it may not even be something. I'll make it work. Yep. I will guide you towards what you want to do. Trust me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I figured you let me know if I can't do something, but I'm gonna try and get that boot off. Whatever's protected.
That boot.
I will almost never. I will almost never say no. It might be real hard, but I'll try to always say yes where I can.
Don't try to Eddie Guerrero me and take my boot.
Just untie it a little bit.
All right. Well, this is gonna be a difficult thing to do.
Damn right.
So you have 2 ranks in melee. This is a melee attack, so that puts
I
your
got
normal
charm
up
too.
to
I could charm it off.
67. But that being said, this is a difficult attempt. So you gotta be 47 or below on your
Okay.
2d10.
That's
Yep.
the 2 10s.
Yep.
All right.
10's placed first.
Okay. I got a 6 and a 2.
A 62. Yep. You try to pull the boot, but the boot is probably been sweated on to the point that it's like kind of stuck. It's probably laced up real
Oversweat,
tight.
man.
Yeah, I mean, you got been fighting for like 3 days, so that thing you grabbed it, but it's not coming loose.
Saturated.
That boot is
Let me get it.
That boot is pretty gross. You can smell that sort
Let
of
me get it.
fungus.
Let me get that boot.
That's your
It's
ass.
loose. It's like you got a shoelace off.
Yeah.
Anton the Alchemist made me those boots, and you try to take them up off me. I'm gonna get you. Ooh, I'm gonna
Anton the Alchemist. Oh boy.
Well,
All right.
That was my go.
That's it. Yep. You gave a good shot. It was a wise attempt. I mean,
Thank
he
you.
would you could probably use his boot. It's big enough. You could use it as a weapon if you got it off of him.
I was gonna use it as armor, actually, but
Sort of like the Super Mario 3 like big green shoe or whatever that you can walk around
Oh,
with
yeah,
spinies
you can hop around.
Do not give
Much
Sheik
smarter than what I
ideas.
had pictured.
Do not give Sheik ideas.
Well, I was just gonna wear it like a hat, but yours is much better.
I'm glad everybody remembers the boot that you can walk on spinies with in Mario.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The world's better idea. I don't know why I was gonna pull it off, but
All right.
yeah, get it.
Scarlett, what you about to do? You don't want no more of this.
Oh my god.
You're standing up again?
You
Yes,
About to
I
sweep
am.
your legs out right from under you.
What?
do
Yeah,
it.
Spinneroonie style. I'm still laying down.
Do it. That is an ability called takedown.
I'm tired of y'all.
Yep.
I love how these are just things.
Yep. That is a thing that exists in the game. I gotta look at
just
my
realized-
book to remember how to do that real quick, though. By the
All right.
way, this is the Zweihander actual book. This is
Oh, that looks sweet.
it's real cool. This
Just-
is a,
Product placement.
Yep. This I actually was was involved. I was in the creation of this game with the main creator. I worked on this a lot. It's been around with Daniel Fox. We worked on this for years. And
Is that leather bound? It looks leather bound.
this one is the special edition one is. I actually have the expansion
Ron Burgundy
book,
edition?
too, which is the main gouge
Oh,
is the name
man.
of the secondary expansion. They're real nice.
Yeah, those are awesome.
It's
I
a
want
really
them.
it's a Dan did an amazing job, and I was really
I told
happy
my,
to work with him.
I told my brother that I was doing this today, and he was very jealous because he's all into it.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's
so he
really
might
cool.
be watching actually. But,
Oh, for real? Cool.
Yeah.
I hope so. Hi, Jake's brother. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's a blast, man. I'm here we go. Unarmed attacks 250. I want to make sure we get this right because this could be serious. I'm gonna reflect the rule book. I'm not just gonna wing it like I do everything
Scarlett,
else.
I'm gonna wear your
Oh,
ass. You better hope I'm gonna wear your ass out. I'll never forgive you for this.
I don't blame you. All right. Go ahead and roll me 2d10. Let's see what happens.
all right, big money. I got 10 and a 1. Hey, that's a critical, isn't it?
That is a critical success.
You
That is a perfect drop toe hold. You got it right behind the yep. You got it perfectly. You got a
Cool.
Yep. Because of the critical success, he doesn't even get the chance to resist it. Bort, you just come crashing down
Sucker.
right back onto your. That is a good one. Let's go ahead and see if you did damage with that takedown. Roll me a 6-sider, and I'm going to tell you a hint on this. You want to roll high on this one.
Me or him?
You.
Oh,
You
I'll
wanna
get my red
roll-
one out.
Yeah, you want to roll high on this. You want to roll that.
can you
6.
see if I'm? Can you see when I roll this?
I can actually. Well, sort of. It's kind of blended in with Mando here.
5.
Not quite enough.
Shit.
Yep. But that being said, still knocks the wind out of Bork, and he's going to
You
have
made me
himself a little bit of difficulty.
You made me lose a turn.
Yep.
Mm,
Darkest Dungeon already been frustrating me for the past 2 days. If I lose a turn,
You're not going to lose a turn. It's just going to be a little harder for you. And by the way, Darkest Dungeon is hard as shit.
it's an abusive relationship game
It is.
that I don't want to leave.
It is.
You know, it only hurts me and mentally abuses me because it loves me. Yes, it does.
It doesn't love you though. It just
It
wants
does.
to
Tricks
hurt
you.
you.
I'm trying to justify.
You have Stockholm syndrome, I think is what it's called.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So as that happens,
Anyway,
suddenly the world goes completely quiet. Everything goes completely still. Like, you know that unusual feeling when there's a snowfall outside, it's just starting to snow overnight, and you go outside and it dampens the sound to where you can literally hear nothing. It's that
You know,
sort
something
of,
big's about to happen.
yes, it's like that sort of unusual experience where all you can hear is You can basically hear your own quickened breath, and that's it. And it's enough to sort of freeze time and make the whole thing like stop. You look around over the horizon. It's the same place. It's the same red desert, but it's not coated with blood, or you don't hear the screams of the fallen or the breaking of bones. You don't hear the vultures. Everyone is gone. And you know they were here a moment ago. Suddenly, you get the feeling like maybe you've been here before, but this is not the place that you were. What do you do?
Keep fighting. I ain't stopping.
Yeah, come back to me. Whoa, I've been there before, but it's not where I was. Okay,
it's a deja vu feeling, but that phrase doesn't obviously like exist in the world that you live in. But this feeling that something has happened, like kind of like you feel like the wind is just knocked out of you, and not just for the reasons that it's true for Bork, but for everybody in general. Just sort of something is wrong. Much like this quiet that we're experiencing right now, you're kind of all eyeing each other, like uncertain as to whether like they're going to keep fighting. But
I feel like I'm looking around for any answers, or anything that showed up, or like, is the sky different? Is the sun there or the moon there? I'm looking for like markers to see if my whole landscape has changed, or just if people have appeared. Did they leave or did I leave? I left, but
an excellent idea. So you are well studied with constellations and the sky. You've done you're very formally educated. So use your education skill under intelligence, and let's roll 2d10 on that.
Okay. Let me roll. I should have looked up the thing first.
You got it. You need a 52. You need a 52 or less. You got a 14. That is a success.
Cool.
You immediately know that the stars that you're seeing are not the stars of your home world. This is not nothing. None of this lines up in a pattern it should. This is a foreign place. These may not be stars at all. It feels almost like fake, like it's badly painted on. Like there's something unusual about this.
As for me, so I'm already on the ground, right?
Yeah, you just bopped your nose pretty good on the ground.
All right. I can't believe I'm saying that. I want to grapple Scarlet, but not to hurt her.
Just to subdue?
Yes.
All right.
Try me.
Go for it. Roll me some dice.
All right. She act up though. I'm gonna squeeze the shit out of her.
Yep. There is a grapple action, and it's actually, if
32.
I remember correctly, that is definitely gonna do it. You've got Scarlet to grapple. Let's see. I think Bork actually does something special with grappling. If I look at the sheet,
I'm a technician. Damn it.
It's a German suplex. We already know. Brock.
No, actually, it's the uncouth youth who has the special grapples.
Regardless,
you get to be a mean drunk. You actually can intimidate people while you're drunk. That's let's see what else you got. Yeah, but you've got it. Scarlet, do you want to put up a fight? It's pretty clear that Bork is not trying to hurt you.
Hold on. Do I still got actions? Because I got the grapple. Do I still have any actions?
You do. You can.
I want to intimidate, bitch. If you don't stop moving.
All right. Go for it. Roll that. Roll those dice.
All right.
It doesn't mean.
Hold on. I gotta reload it.
It's clearly important.
18.
18. You definitely you feel that one pretty deep in your soul there, Scarlet. You definitely can tell that Bork does not mean you harm, but has you in a bad position.
I have to act. Okay, I have to put on my acting face now.
No, I'm not ready.
Bitch, if you don't stop moving, I swear, I will tear you apart. Then I look over at Eradicus. What's going on?
Tell me.
There are no horror maniacs here.
And
I'm
I'm
just,
for
like,
sure
kicking
going to be
around,
like,
coming to
hey,
the
get your
ground.
filthy, gross hands off me. And I
This
want to fight
water's
him up.
not hot. Ah.
I want to try to headbutt him.
What was that? Was that the Kevin Sullivan thing where where Hogan got
Yeah.
the
It's not hot.
ah?
Yeah.
Swear to me.
Okay, that's a joke none of our viewers probably got, and that's probably for the best. But so yeah, it's pretty clear that Eradicus is studying the sky and notices something amiss.
Oh my god. Okay.
And I'm trying to headbutt Bork.
Jesus Christ, man.
Just sir, are you seriously going to try to headbutt?
Hell yeah, I am.
Should have crushed the shit out of your ass when I had the chance. I know I did it. Damn.
I'm going for blood too. I'm trying to knock him out.
All right, the headbutt. Considering that he's a good 3 feet taller than you.
Damn,
But I'm assuming he's got me picked up, so now we're face to face.
No, we're on the ground, baby.
I'm assuming we're face to face.
No, because you knocked me down, remember?
Yeah, you're laying with me?
Are you Big Spoon? Are you Little Spoon? Are we across?
I'm a little spoon in this, I'm going to assume.
I think you have to be Big Spoon, basically, by default.
I'm 9 feet.
Yeah,
man.
I think you are always Big Spoon.
Yeah, my head can totally reach your face.
Okay, then cool. You know what? Try it. If you do damage on me, I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna break you off. I'm gonna break you off. Keep on. Go ahead, try it. Forget the story.
Roll those dice. It's there's nothing wrong with that. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna get
61.
No. Sort of flails about trying to. Scarlet is spirited, certainly, but it's ineffective.
All right. Well, that's it. Because I can't do anything else, right?
You pretty much the only thing you can do is to attempt to break out of the grapple.
I'm gonna wear your rib cage as a sweater if you keep on.
You can try. It's gonna be. So you got to roll a brawn check, and it's going to be a brawn check against his brawn, and he's an awful lot brawnier than you. So go ahead and roll 2d10 and see if you can get out.
I'll take it.
A 0 and a 1.
That's a critical success, actually.
Wait, why is 0 and 1? Doesn't it have to be 0 and 0 or 1 and 1?
No, 0 and 0 is actually bad. That's 100. 2 zeros is 100. 0 1 is 1%, so that's the lowest you can actually roll. See what I'm saying? 0 1 is the lowest you can roll on 2d10 on percentiles.
Oh, okay. But if I would have gotten a 10 and a 1, that would have been.
That'd be 11 if you rolled a 10 and a 1.
I got 0, 0, and 1.
Yep, that's 1%. That is a critical success.
Ooh, I'm tired of her.
Ooh.
Now, not only have you slipped out of the grasp, you just sort of you did the Zack Sabre Jr. Arm wiggle, dislocated your shoulders and found your way out to the other side.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, try me.
It seems that Bork and Scarlet are going to go to the death. All right.
Okay.
All right. So that being said, that puts you in an advantageous position where, you know what? Because you critically succeeded at that, I'm going to give you a chance to use your opportunist attack, and you get a free attack on Bork.
whenever I parry a melee. Oh,
So
Wait,
you didn't
but
parry, but we're going to count it as breaking the.
Go rib cage.
Yep, you're going to go for the quick shot with your weapon. So roll them dice. Assuming you want to attack, and I'm assuming you do.
hell yeah, I want to.
I'm
I
mad
got
as
a
hell.
44. I swear I'm not cheating.
That is a critical success. That is a critical
I'm mad as
success
hell.
on the stab. All right, I want you to roll 2d6 and add your combat bonus.
My combat bonus?
I'm
Yeah,
mad
which is
as hell right
6. Your combat
I
bonus
don't
is 6, so roll 2 6-sided dice and tell me what you get on those 2 dice.
I got a 2 and a 4.
All right, so 6 plus 6 is 12. That's not a great roll, honestly. You could do a lot better on that, but that being said, Bork, you are lightly wounded. You got over he managed to pierce that hide and get through,
This
and
bitch.
you have taken a wound.
That's right. Yeah, grab me again, pervert.
Trying to advance the story. Forget the story. Forget the story. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
See, I wanted to prove to the whole role-playing world that wrestlers weren't just like, brutes who would like bloodlet each other for 2 hours, but
Joke's on you.
That's all right, Jake. I'm sorry, Scarlett. That's all right, Scarlett.
You know what? Let's go with it. Of course, Eradicate has, figured out that something interesting is happening, but they will live to tell the tale, that's for sure.
I'm just on hold here.
It's back to your turn, actually, Eradicate.
Oh, okay.
You are you're watching their training and life of combat and brutality has made it to where they can't stop.
Okay.
Bork seems like he wanted to subdue Scarlet. It seems like Scarlet is the instigator here. Seems like Scarlet is basically like rabid almost. Scarlet is angry, and Scarlet is definitely like going toe to toe with the big ogre here.
And what have I learned from my surveying of things? Do I know? Do I get to know that?
I will say that enough to know that it's
I know-
pretty clear that what this was not what it seemed to be. It's pretty clear that at least part of this whole field, this whole contest, this whole tournament is illusory.
That's okay. That's
Something. This is fake. Something is fake. It's not all fake. The blood has been real, but something about this is off.
Okay, I have another question but I have an idea what to do. What is numeration? Because I see I have incredible numeration.
It enables
Yeah.
you to actually count things quickly. So if you wanted to count the number of stars or enemies or steps or distances, things like that, you can actually do that as a free action. You're incredibly good with calculation.
What I'd like to do here is, I don't know if I can do both. I'm going to try and grab some sand around me and put it in my pocket. And then I'm going to go over to these two and kind of coo them to calm down. It's like petting, soft petting. It's like, hey, let's calm down. Something's going on and we need to all just, I don't know how far I can go with this, but let's calm down. Because I have something that has come to my attention.
Sure.
I think to all of us.
All right.
But they don't know I have sand.
Pocket sand.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's call it a. Let's call this a charm test, actually, just so we can get some dice involved. So.
Okay.
So you got a skill called Charm under Fellowship.
Ain't nothing gonna charm me out of beating this shit out of Scarlet.
And I got rumor.
What'd you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I kind of get sucked into looking at my map sometimes.
You're fine.
Okay. We're doing double 10, right?
Yep.
Okay. I came up with 26.
That's a success. Both of you are kind of, you realize like you kind of catch your breath and things are feeling a little better. The stress that you experienced earlier is sort of starting to fade away. And something else unusual happens as you take the sand out of your pockets to sort of pet it onto them. You realize that it's not sand at all. It's gone. There's a couple of pieces of harder dirt that have like clumps of grass on them, but it's not the like red clay dirt ground that you've been fighting on all this time. Something is very, very amiss.
Okay. Can I keep that dirt?
You can try.
I'm gonna try.
You can try to take your little clumps of dirt, and yeah, absolutely, put that in your pocket.
I'm just save that for another time.
Yep. Sort of like you have something from the ground, but it's not the ground you thought it was. It's the best way I can put that.
Okay.
Again, it sort of speaks to the truth that none of this is real. Like something is playing tricks on your eyes.
Do I keep going? Can I do stuff?
Yeah.
Can I smell it? Can I taste it?
Tastes just like dirt you'd find outside on a normal spring ground post a rain. It's like something from the grasslands. It's not desert, that's for sure. It smells like morning dew.
Okay. Well, I'd like to convince them to help me figure out what's going on because we seem to be in an artificial world, and maybe see if they have any ideas or anything they know.
Talk to them just like you would for your character. Let them know.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really happy you guys have calmed down and stopped fighting. And now that I have your attention, I'd like to show you that the stars are different and the ground is kind of some grass. It tastes pretty good, but it's definitely not where we were kicking it before. That apparently did not taste as springtime and fresh. And I don't know if you want to taste it too, but I kept some in my pocket.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep it later in case you change your mind. But I can throw some to you. But clearly, this isn't the fight it was. And I don't know, everyone's gone. I was here for honor after killing you two. But if no one's going to see that, I could just kind of put that on pause and maybe we could find out where we are and then I could kill you after.
Yeah, I could probably take a break from beating Bork's ass. So.
I'll stop for now. But once we figured out what this is, Scarlet, you're the first one to die. Then the little one over there.
The little.
Well,
the uncouth youth has just gone home.
Really
Uncouth youth is like out. Done. I'm heading out. I'm heading for the hill.
I stabbed him secretly. Yeah. I slit his throat.
Yes.
She slit his throat and then I ate him.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. You can sort of as you stay still, you can sort of hear things are sort of just, like I said, the quiet is sort of been layered on with a few sounds of nature here and there, but they are not, there's something not quite right about it. It's difficult to say. One of you, I believe, has stronger hearing than the other. I believe that Scarlet, you might have an ability for that.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Is it my perception?
Yeah, perception is very good for you, I believe.
Where was your perception when I was telling you to calm your ass down a minute ago?
Yeah, you smelled bad, and I don't like you anyways.
Okay, then.
Yeah, my awareness and scrutinize.
Yep.
That what it?
Yep. Scrutinize is sort of taking pieces of available information and drawing conclusions from it, but for this case, an awareness test is actually a perfect example of what to do. So
I got to roll for that.
yeah, roll me an awareness test.
What do I? So it says my perception is 40.
Right, but you have a skill in awareness, so you have to roll 50 or below.
Okay, so I think I see
Actually,
how-
this is an easy test for you, so you have to roll 70 or below.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a bonus to it. It's a very easy thing for you to do.
Oh shoot. Well, that one I don't know if it still counts. If it fell off the hard part, but it's 10 and a 6.
Oh, we'll allow it.
Huh?
We'll allow it.
Okay.
It works. We're not going to be huge jerks about this. So, the sounds that you're hearing, you hear things like muffled crickets, like as if someone is trying to hide signs behind a door. You hear things like rustling grass, but you're in this like red clay desert in the middle of nowhere. Like none of the sounds and sights feel wrong. And as you sort of look around, you notice where like the patterns sort of sloppily repeat as if it were done artificially. Clearly, somebody has built an elaborate ruse to keep you here, but why?
Someone's trying to get us to fight each other.
It would seem that would be a reasonable conclusion to draw.
Mm.
Scarlett say that out loud.
Yeah.
Silence. Well, I want to hear from you.
Is that the end of my turn?
Now, we're not in open combat now, so really you can interact with each other and do kind of as you like, sort of freeform.
Okay. Question. We were supposed to be like in a lighthouse initially, right?
No lighthouse. I don't know where you got that lighthouse from.
I thought it was like
He
a.
said lighthouse.
I thought for sure it was like a lighthouse or like a structure or something like that, right?
Just an open battleground field.
Okay, then. Okay, my
Yeah,
fault. My
no,
bad.
you're fine.
All right, so currently where we're at is just it's supposed to be an open battleground, or are we like in a room, or what's the deal?
Like a big open desert, it feels.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a big open battlefield, and
Desert.
when you first began the game, you'd been fighting and killing here for several days.
Okay.
And
What
then
I'm
suddenly
picturing is-
all the bodies and everything are gone.
I'm picturing like Spider-Man Far From Home, where you're seeing all the holograms and
That's
like,
what
one
I'm
of them
saying.
breaks,
Like,
and you
there's
can
like
see
a
stuff behind it.
So if there's like a
You got it.
repeating
You got the right idea.
Yeah.
if there's like a repeating pattern or something like that, there's got to be. I would like to think a wall or something that's projecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Like it just doesn't feel right. It feels
All right.
inorganic. It's like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It's
All right,
that
this-
treehouse car.
We
This
can
may not
walk up to the horizon and push it over, and it's like
I was about
cardboard.
to say this may not affect me too much, but we're gonna find out. We'll go ahead and try this
All right?
because I want to try this and solve this so I can kill Scarlet. Everything goes back to killing Scarlet. Okay. I notice I have a drive skill, so that's like running, right? And then like something like that, just pushing through something, right?
driving is actually for like driving like carts or
Oh, actually,
horses.
actual drive.
Athletics is for running.
Okay.
So you can run and you can do
All right. I gotta try it. I'm gonna try to run as fast as humanly possible in a direction, but I want to run like with a shoulder tackle already there. So if I run into something,
Yep.
it's gonna try to bust through it or tackle into something.
I like it. I like it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll some dice secretly to see if you get surprised by anything while you're doing your full sprint.
Uh-oh.
To see if it does, something knocks you off balance when you don't quite see it. All right, I rolled that. Now I'm going to go ahead and have you roll like you were attacking, basically. So roll a simple melee attack with the charge added to it. So you got a plus 10%, plus your melee is... Yep, so you got to roll a 61 or less.
Okay, cool. I think I can manage that.
You got better than half chance.
27.
immediately, like, you feel this, like, overwhelming sense of, like, cold to the touch sort of overwhelm you as you find all of you suddenly find yourself, like, in a weird inky blackness, sort of like Bork just basically, like, charged and rammed into a mirror that shattered into a million pieces, only with no sound. Like, the world basically just soundlessly melted away and are instantly just completely silent again. Even the ground
It's
beneath you has nothing, like,
just black.
just completely black. Though somehow lit, like you can see each other as if you have your own light source. So it's not like a completely dark room where you can't see.
We're
anything.
illuminated.
Like, you are the only things that exist.
This is so weird. Huh. Okay. I noticed I have a folklore skill.
Yep. No,
Can
that's
I-
a good one.
Yeah, can I take a shot at that to see if I might know anything of that from my various adventures in the bar? and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
What's
So
up?
sort of the stories your grandmother might have told you, or like things you know from like what sort of this is definitely the kind of thing. This is not science. This is
I've been around a while.
yeah, exactly.
All right, 100.
Yeah, you want to roll 2D unless you actually tell me you rolled 100.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Yeah,
Yep.
don't play with
Yep, you have an intelligence. Let me find Bork. You have a 58% chance on this.
30, 31.
You got it. You know what this is.
Shit. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. This is what is called the void. And this is where souls go when they are awaiting judgment after they die.
We're already dead.
The fuck?
I'm going to leave that up to Bork to tell you as to whether or not that's...
Bork, tell us.
Are we in purgatory?
Where is this?
Many, many drunken trysts ago, Anton the alchemist told me of a void, a deep dark void that I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. But I'm told it's a place somewhere between life and death, where we're literally just floating, trying to figure out where we go next. But does this mean like our souls have been fighting, or I don't know. I never thought I'd see the day it would actually be me. Like, can you honestly remember how we got here in the first place? Think about it. No, but seriously, think about it. Like, you don't even remember like anything before how we got to here. It's just we were in battle all of a sudden. Can you remember like the week before it? 2 weeks before it?
No.
Can I use my awareness or perception to figure that out?
You don't need to. You do remember, like, being alive, and you remember traveling to do battle. I'll give you that to all of them. Your memories are intact. But all that you remember was that you've been fighting for 3 days, and you were covered in blood, and then suddenly it feels like maybe something had changed in the last day or so. Like, you thought it was numbness from being, like, exhausted because you've been fighting for so long. But now that you think about it, sometime in the last 24 hours, something changed.
We died.
For all of you.
Is there an edge? Is there a border? Can we get to a destination?
If you
Because
walk
can't
along,
erotica like count the steps that it would take to do that?
easily.
I like this idea.
Easily.
It's true. Yeah.
Yep, you can do your House of Leaves thing.
Okay.
See the
I'm displeased.
yeah.
I wanted to be the one to kill Scarlet.
Maybe you did. Maybe you just don't remember.
Nah, he didn't.
All right, so you want to just start walking and start counting?
Sure.
All right. You very deftly walk for 100 steps in one direction, counting it easily, and then 100 steps in a different direction, and notice that the triangulation is wrong. The math is wrong. Like, you look to where Bork and Scarlet are, and they are still relevantly in the same position to you by only a few steps. Like, space and matter is not behaving the way it should.
Okay.
Something
I have a
weird
theory.
is here.
Is it possible where that movie, any movie with split personalities, where we're all split personalities in one body, to see who
Hell yeah.
the dominant personality will be on the other side of this darkness?
Mhm.
Just throwing that out as a potential scenario, which is what I think my life is most of the time anyway.
I call the guy from Scrubs. We're talking about the John Cusack one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huh?
Identity.
Yeah, that's the one.
Identity, yeah.
That's the
yeah.
one.
Hell of a flick.
Yeah.
Is it
Is
that?
there?
I don't know what I mean, but I'm asking these, like, Bork and Scarlet.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Can we break through something like the ground, or is that a thing?
You want to try it?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and rip the ground with something sharp.
Yeah. If the ground is the only thing we can tangibly touch, like,
Which you can.
maybe.
Yep. All
Then
right.
yeah.
All right. You strike the ground as hard as you can. It doesn't hurt you. It feels like it sort of gives, sort of like punching a beanbag chair. It sort of gives and ripples around your weapon, and you see, like, you can hear an echo that goes in one direction. And sure enough, the echo seems to die in one direction more quickly than it does the others.
So we got to go there.
Yeah. Let's hit that more. Harder. Bork. Yeah. Maybe you throw in something here.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's just a suggestion.
I hit the ground hard.
All right. Yeah, you sort of walk in that general direction, and sure enough, it sort of feels like a path is narrowing, and maybe you found, like, it feels different. It feels like there's a ramp sloping down to a destination. It doesn't feel like you're just floating in space like you were before. Like, once again, maybe this isn't the void at all. This feels like something maybe that was set up to trick you or misdirect you.
A manufactured void.
We'll continue down the path, I guess.
Can we slide down it like an actual slide?
Oh God.
It's not quite that slanted. You'd have to
Damn it.
roll down it like Johnny Knoxville style if you wanted to.
I'm doing that. I'm trying to get there quick.
It's not a far walk at all, honestly. It's sort of a brisk pace, and you feel that you've clearly come into something that feels like it has, like, a wood grain to it. It still has the inky blackness as a cover, but you can feel what is clearly like treated wood of some kind.
I'm gonna not. Can I tap against it to feel how hollow it is?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Feels like it's probably about 4 or so inches deep. It's definitely hollow behind that.
I'm punching.
Hit it, Bork.
Are you gonna punch it?
Actually, no. I'm not gonna punch it.
4 inches of wood is a lot, even for you. That's a tough break.
I'm gonna shoulder tackle it like I did before.
All right.
I like how you said "all right," narrator.
All right.
Is there a weapon we can use for this?
Actually, yes, that's a great idea.
What sort of weapon would you like to use for that?
Do we got any axes up in this, or
Nope. You didn't have
No
any
axe.
with you when you made the transition. He's got like those knuckle dusters on. He's got brass knuckles, but
pop those knuckle dusters on? Let's get to work.
you can just
I'm not
punch
gonna
at the
break my
door.
arm off. Like if this is wrong.
Break it. Don't be a coward.
I know you don't care. Don't judge me, little woman. I almost killed you a minute ago.
I'm just saying, what's the point of all that size if you're not going to use it? You know.
Why didn't I kill you earlier? Okay.
Can I like feel
I feel
around
like
for-
Bork probably shoulder checked that door. It kind of feels like what probably happened to me, but I'm going to let you decide.
All right, I'm shoulder checking the shit out of that door.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that seems like how that would have went down. All right, let's see how that worked out for you. Ooh. That's not good. All right, it's not going to be too bad.
Why I gotta be ooh?
Ooh.
Because I rolled a 6, and when you rolled a 6, you roll again and add it together. You took 13 damage, which pushes you down into the moderately wounded category.
Yeah, what?
You
It was all part of my
separated your
plan, you
shoulder.
fool.
You separated
Oh,
your
Wall has
shoulder.
done what no other competitor could to me.
I mean, to be fair, like, shoulder checking a wall is gonna hurt pretty bad.
It's pretty stupid.
That's,
I hate. Oh!
all right, let's see if you sustain an injury, though. I got good news for you. You definitely sustained an injury.
Dislocated your damn shoulder.
You did.
Big oath.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. The shoulder has been knocked out of joint.
We can fix that.
You
It's
could
all right.
probably, you're tough enough. You could probably set it yourself when you got the chance. You've been through this before. In fact, back in your day, that's the way they used to train you. They made you like pop your own shoulder back into place, and you were.
He's alive, so what day was
I
that?
didn't even make a dent on the wall.
I didn't say that. We haven't gotten to that point yet. Because
Yeah,
as
don't
you
let it
do
be for
that,
nothing.
you hear the hinge of what is clearly a door snap off,
Ooh.
and light pours in as the darkness separates, as it flies open. And you find yourself facing a small stone chamber with a number of arcane artifacts and the strong smell of metal and sulfur and blood and boiling liquids. You found yourself looking what is clearly a laboratory.
We got some alchemy going up in here.
Actually, yes, that's exactly what it is. The educated among you definitely recognize that this is a place. And sort of as you look behind you, as that door opens, you realize that whatever illusion was binding it was held by this door. And behind you is just a simple wooded path into what is now just not the place you left, but just a simple meadow. Do you want to go inside?
Yep.
Got no other choice. Yeah. I already know what I'm about to try to do when we get in there. Do they have any healing items in there whatsoever?
Do you want to see? You want to look through the alchemical equipment to determine if something in there is gonna be the good
Yes,
stuff?
I will use my my awareness to try to find this out.
All right.
Cause I'm fucked up right now.
All right. Yep. Roll me some dice. Let's do it. That shoulder is probably real hurting you right now too. You're probably
27.
27?
Shoes untied.
Yes.
Yes.
You know enough about roots that you can tell that some of these are intended to bind up wounds. Like you can recognize aloe and things like that, and you definitely have something that'll at least soothe the pain while you got it. It's not gonna fix that shoulder, but it'll make you feel better.
Then I need all of that then.
All right. You're gonna. Yep. Unfortunately, the quarantine means they're entirely out of aloe because they used it to make the hand sanitizer, and No, you.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Yep. Go ahead and move yourself up to you're back up to lightly wounded. You're no longer moderately wounded, but you still got that separated shoulder.
I got a plan for that later too, but I'm gonna
Hey,
let you.
can I do that too? Because I'm hurt.
Nah, fuck that. I ate all of it. All of it.
Did he eat it all or whatever?
Nah, there's plenty of it around.
Ah!
Yeah, I'll go ahead and. Yeah. Bear in mind that while you're applying these salves, that's going to take that takes a little bit of time. You sort of are making awareness of your surroundings. Eradicate, while they tend to their wounds, what would you like to do?
I mean, I'm just gonna grab some for later and put it by the dirt in my pocket.
Not a bad idea. I'll go ahead and throw that on the character sheet that you have.
Smart,
some
you're
healing
smart.
salves.
Thank you. I think I might also investigate what is on the destructive side of this laboratory, and not so much healing. What do they got over there?
These
Is there
the
other
rest of the things in here are unfamiliar to you. They're clearly
Okay.
arcane in nature, and
Hmm.
this is not something here is profane and dark. This is a
Okay.
place intended for ill purpose.
All right. I'll probably just leave that stuff alone then.
You hear footsteps that are walking around upstairs. Somebody is walking up and down. There is a spiral staircase in here in the tower that leads up to the upper reaches.
Yeah. I'll hop up that because I'm agile. I'm real agile, so I'll just hop up. Don't
Yeah.
even take this.
You could actually probably as agile as you are, you can basically parkour up the side of the tower without even using the stairs.
I'm just gonna night crawler up the side.
Yep. Bam.
Bam!
All right.
Big fan.
Who is it?
As you make your way to the second floor, you see more of the same. More piping, more like sulfur and unusual herbs, gears and unusual machines. But among this, you see a single toe-headed child, probably
You say
11 years
toe-headed?
old. Probably 11.
Sorry.
An
Did you say
11-year-old
toe-headed?
child. I did. Is that funny?
No, it's gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, probably
What's
an
good?
11-year-old child,
Okay.
seemingly by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Just chilling in there?
Is he clothed?
He is clothed.
He looks civil. He doesn't look feral. Fey, I should
No,
say.
looks like he's wearing what you could best describe as like as work gear. Like it looks like something that like a blacksmith would wear, or someone working with metals or gears, much like some of the equipment you see around here.
Is this a little slave kid?
It's hard to say. He
Yeah,
seems to have the bearing of an adult. He does not seem to be like anyone's servant.
Okay.
He
I'm
sees
gonna
you.
shout out a toe-headed kid and see what he says.
Well, I think that's a little rude. He says back.
Oh, that's what I said.
Hold on.
Um,
I'm going up.
What?
Hold on.
yeah, snatch him.
Is this not what you all wanted?
Oh.
Hold on. I got that heavy charm, man. Let me go upstairs and talk to this fool. And if not, let me intimidate.
You got to catch up because I'm already up there.
I already know. Look, I know it. Okay, my arm fucked up. I want to go upstairs. I'm gonna go upstairs. Is there anything that I would know based again off of my tavern folklore about this child?
No.
Okay.
This is not like anything you've ever seen before. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This seems
I
like...
want,
This seems like an adult in a
I want to
child's
ask
body.
the token.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Just talk to him as if he were right there.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Erratic.
Hey, I don't know. How do you think it went?
I mean, you came to die, and we gave you what you wanted.
Did you manufacture
Here
this?
I am alive. sorry.
That's a complicated question as to whether you're alive or not.
Can we
But
ask him if he's the one that made this?
Yes. I made it for you. Did you like it?
What is it?
It's a place where you can do what you've always wanted to do. It's a place where you can fight and die forever. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Send us back where we came from now.
No, just leave me here. I'm good. I'm enjoying this. I think you did a great job.
Thank you. I'm proud of it. I'm very proud of it. I did what was asked.
By who?
Well, you had a world that belonged to you, and they took it away from you. In a way, I'm giving that back.
Whoa, okay.
As he says this, an unusual thing starts to happen as the walls start to sort of bleed and melt. And three figures sort of melt through, sort of like the Terminator from T2, sort of melting through the wall.
T-1000?
Yes, exactly. One of them is an attractive and graceful gnome, about 4 feet tall. One is a huge and bitter ogre, and one is a thin and scowl-faced human woman. They look like you, but not quite. Almost as if someone had drawn you from memory, would be the best way I could describe it.
Doppelgangers.
I'd like to introduce my friends that you helped me make. Or should I say that the blood you spilt helped make.
These are clones?
No, not exactly. That's a crude way of putting it, but there are ancient ones that have slept for a very long time. The very ones that you do honor with when you battle, and particularly when you battle to demise. The blood you spilt upon this ground has given them form, and they have chosen you as their champions. You open the gate to this place. They will return in your stead. And they will bring upon the end of your world and this one. As it should be.
Oh, hell no.
Mm-mm. So they're taking our place, and we're going to be in like this purgatory, and they're going to destroy everything?
All right, huddle up with my crew real quick.
Yeah, let's huddle.
Just like a sidebar.
Not before I talk my shit. This can't be so.
Hey, let's get these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's take their clothes, and we'll come out dressed like them.
yeah.
So you're gonna go full Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey on.
Yep.
Hold on. Before we try to fight anything, real quick, I'm still gonna try to reason with this little motherfucker.
All right,
Look.
We get him first.
go for it.
Whoa. Before we commit to anything, I'll be like, look. I'm telling him right now. We didn't agree to any of this. This can't be so. Stop it.
You paid the blood price, whether it was your blood or not.
And while you do that, we'll get the other motherfuckers from behind. You distract
kill
them with
the
that
tow guy
speech,
first?
and we'll get.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I got an action over me.
Okay.
So this is me talking to the kid again. So y'all can be doing what y'all doing in the background. I like what y'all are doing. I'm gonna keep it on me, big target. So you won't undo this.
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Stop this now and send us back where we came from.
There's no stopping it. And where you're coming from does not exist.
Then die.
It's over. You can tell, like, as you look very closely upon the doppelgangers, they have an unusual, like, sort of like diamond encrusted, like serpentine eye on each of their right eyes. Like something is sort of possessing them or giving them form.
Okay. First and foremost, how close is the dude to me?
Very close.
Okay.
The toad dude?
The kid.
Yeah.
All
right.
So ask the toe guy before I go. Why are you a toe?
The toe guy.
I want to know. This is the end of
mysterious questions have mysterious answers.
Okay, well that was neither.
Hold on. Let me talk to my team right quick. Let me talk to my team.
Sidebar.
This is an aside. This is an aside.
All
right. Oh yeah, you gotta talk like this. You gotta have your hand over your mouth like this. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna Sparta kick the shit out of this little kid, and we can go for what we know if that's the case.
Yeah,
I'm Persian, but I'm on board.
Because the only other thing, because he's got his mind made up, I was gonna just try to like yoke this dude up, but since it seems like he's not gonna stop anything, and there's nothing he can do to stop it, I'm just gonna like boot him and see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for their eyes.
Okay.
Kick the shit out of that toe guy.
All right. I Sparta kicked the shit out of the kid.
All right. Let's do that. We'll use our same initiative. Does anybody have a problem with Bort going first, since he is taken to do the kick? We only got a few minutes left, so we want to see the thrilling conclusion of a match made in hell.
I'm into it. I've invested like a month.
All right,
like a lot. Very into it.
All right, man. Roll some dice for me. Make that attack on this kid.
Boom. Since you have no answers, I'll put the punctuation. 26.
You feel the kid's rib cage like give, like you just kicked this ragdoll, and the kid goes flying across the room. Go ahead and roll me a 6-sider. You rolled a 6?
No, like you're asking me to roll a 6, right? Like a roll a 6-sided.
Yes, roll a 6-sided dice, please.
I'm done.
I roll a 1. What we doing?
Roll another one because he hit the wall. That wall's gonna do damage to him too.
With a 3.
Yep. The kid hits the wall, just wham, hard, falls down, sort of gives like a quick whimper as his body starts to go lifeless. And sure enough, as this happens, though, the doppelgangers sort of start to lose like shape and focus. Like suddenly they start to look sloppier and weaker.
Oh!
Like obviously something about them was being held by the focus of his wizardry. And they now seem to be like sort of like poorly formed and awkward. They no longer like have good balance, or they seem to be like, they look like they've had about 6 generations of inbreeding now. Basically, they look off. They look like Habsburgs.
Have I used all my movement?
No, you can still move. You can't attack, but you can move.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna close the gap, but I'm gonna intimidate on top of that too. I'm talking shit to this little motherfucker because it looks like he's holding it together.
You go up and you talk shit to the kid, but he is firmly unconscious. He can't hear a thing you say. He is knocked out cold.
All right, well, y'all do y'all work.
You can taunt him. Yeah, he is unaffected.
Okay. All right. All right, go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna go with. We got to go with Scarlet. You're next. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to decide if I want to go kick that kid when he's down, or if I want to go.
Care of that.
That kid is out, but you are being menaced by these doppelgangers.
Oh, okay. I want to go after my doppelganger's eye.
All right.
Special.
Very smart. Roll to hit for me.
All right. Here's my roll.
Yeah.
I got 21.
That is a hit. As you hit the eye, it comes clean out of the eye socket, and immediately you're hit with the smell of like old like death, like embalming fluid and rot. As you pull it out, and you actually watch this like weird construct like decompose directly in front of you. Within seconds, your doppelganger has turned to red dust and is blowing away on the wind. It's gone.
Man, whoop that ass.
Yep. Eradicate, what do you want to do? 2 doppelgangers remain. 1 unconscious child on the floor.
How far is the child from the doppelgangers?
Kind of laying there near the feet. He kind of collapsed against the same wall that they morphed out of.
So like he's like within 9 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna drop kick Bork in the back, knock him over on all the doppelgangers and the kid.
All right. It's
If it got with me, I could have did a fastball special with you or something. Why is it always me drop kicking me in the back?
Yeah, I'm little. I gotta use you.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man.
Roll to hit. Let's do this.
Okay. I got 21.
That's a hit. Bork, you have been launched towards the. Do you want to give them the big splash? Do you just want to go ahead and take that bump and just?
Well, I might as well lean into it. It's gonna help us. So yeah, we're going for the big splash, baby. Let's
That's
go.
what I'll lean into it.
You gotta be Matt
Might as
Hardy
well
in
just lean in.
WrestleMania 17. Just take the full and fall.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and roll me 2d6 for each of the 3. So
2d6.
Yeah, so 6 2 times for all 3 of them. Roll separately. All of them are gonna take damage from this.
Okay, so 2 dice at the same time.
Yep.
D6.
Yep, 2d6 for each one.
All right. Hold on, is it not giving me 2? I'm using this online one. Hold on.
The
I'm doing
suspense
2.
is killing us right here.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying. The suspense killing me. I'm trying to figure it out.
Who's your favorite drop?
Oh, okay, one's a 4 and one's a 2, so total 6.
I like Jeff Jarrett's.
Good one.
Yeah, he's good. Good drop kick.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a strong
All
drop
right,
kick.
roll it again. Roll that same thing again.
Okay. So 2 dice. Roll it again.
I mean,
We
Lance
got-
Storm was good.
We got a 1 and we got a 3.
All right, roll it one more time.
All right.
Billy Gunn, I guess.
Yeah.
You got the Billy Gunn legs.
I guess.
Orton is a good.
Orton.
And then we have a 2 and a 3.
All right. 2 of the doppelgangers, the remaining ones, sort of, it feels like the best way I could describe it is it's like falling into like rotting raw meat, like you've tripped into a dumpster. Like you feel it sort of melt into you. It's really foul and disgusting.
Gross.
You hear the child's body sort of beneath you like crunch and crumble.
That was unnecessary.
And as it happens, like something changes. Like he begins to convulse, and the next thing you know, sound is coming again from his lungs, but it's not the same. His skin color has changed to a more healthy, normal tone, and he's crying as a child would. He's clearly alive, and something, whatever has had its grip on him, has let go.
All right. It's my turn again, right?
Yeah, you're back up to the. Your
Okay, this is gonna be the hardest 180 I've ever had to pull. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, first of all, ew. You know, I gotta sell the right flesh and stuff. So there's no like dangers around us anymore, right?
Yeah, you seem to have vanquished the danger.
Okay, I'm gonna try to talk to the kid and see what's going on. I'm gonna use my charm because I got 2 in that. So I want to get good with him. Hopefully he doesn't remember that I booted him in the chest.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not even the same person. It's
Okay.
something
Well, I
has
still want to
changed.
charm him anyway. I want
Do
him
it.
nice and agreeable.
Almost.
Roll them dice, man.
Almost.
Roll them dice.
Hey, kick back,
21.
kid.
21, you said?
Yes.
Easy success. The child just tells you, like, I'm scared.
Okay.
Like,
hold on.
I don't know where I am. I don't know
I
what's
gotta hit
going
my role.
on.
I gotta hit my role play. Hey, little guy. You all right down there?
I just want to go home. I don't know where I am. I was in a dark place with no walls, and I don't know how I got. I just want to go home.
Okay, tiny human. But listen. So you don't know where you're at right now.
I've never seen this place.
Okay, tiny human. Listen. I suppose we will protect you. Don't get too attached to Scarlet over there. I'm going to kill her later.
And I will pluck like a
Radica's okay.
Is that
What?
Scarlet Death, the combat champion? She's my favorite.
And then the kid goes,
I've
"Yeah,
dropped
pork
it
sucks."
twice.
Bork is
Okay.
like so derivative. Like it felt like the company really wanted Bork to win.
Silence! We will not talk the politics of gladiatorial combat today. Even though I'm better than all of you. That said, we will protect you, child. But stay close
Mm.
and don't stumble. Do you understand?
I do understand, and he is
Go with the
greatly
one that
called.
will die after this.
Yeah.
Scarlet, that's your responsibility now.
And as you look around, you realize that this tower has changed into it's now wider and shorter than it was, and the place feels familiar. The sounds are right, the smells are right. Whatever hellgate you passed through, you have found the way back. You are definitely home. You're still inside this building, which looks like it might have been a stable or something like that. I mean, it looks like any stable. Do you want to make your way out into the world?
The child is with Scarlet, right?
If Scarlet accepts the child's company.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. All right, good. Whack ass child. All right. Okay. My shoulder is still jacked, right?
Yep.
Can I do the Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon and like try to put it back into the socket?
You absolutely can.
What I gotta roll, man?
We're going to make this one up on the fly. So we're going to say that you're basically attacking yourself. That's the best way I can describe to do this. It's sort of a, you know what? I don't know. We can either do it as a heal check or we can do it as an attack on yourself.
Whichever one hurts me less if I fail.
Probably the heal check.
Then let's do that.
Yeah, if you try to heal yourself, then if you fail, you won't hurt yourself unless you critically fail.
Let's do that.
Unless you critically fail. All right. So you have a 48% chance because you're surprisingly intelligent. I think intelligence is Bork's like second highest stat. He's a smart guy.
That popped me when I got it too. So 43.
You got it. You managed to pop that shoulder back in. It don't feel good, but it goes numb real quickly. You kind of do that thing. You kind of pop that rotator cuff and circle it out. You could feel that sort of stiff tendon when it's been like that for a while. That's never a comfortable feeling. I know all four of you know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah. My knee still does that to this day, actually.
Yeah, I fell down the stairs earlier. I know. So,
Okay, now I'm ready for anything.
All right. As you open the door and you go outside, you see a world that looks not that different from the one you left. A gray sky, birds, no one around for miles, and you're uncertain as to what, like, havoc has been wrought, if anything at all. Maybe you prevented the apocalypse. Maybe whatever blood sacrifice you were used for failed. But you know for a fact that for the first time in a while, you are certain that you are in fact alive. Popping that shoulder and felt that for sure. And as you make your way down the path, leading a broken, confused child, still sort of bewildered and dazed and uncertain as to why his chest hurts so much from the Yakuza kick that he received earlier.
Sparta.
You can kind of see, like, as the setting sun kind of glints in, that one of his eyes has a strange, like, yellow crusting to the edge of it, and maybe a little bit of a diamond shape. And with that is where we are stopping.
No!
What?
You brought something back with you.
Oh no.
And
Yeah,
that is the
it
way that Zweihander always ends. It always has to end like Prince of Darkness. There's always a VHS tape that got sent back from the future where
all I can
terrible
think
things have happened.
All I can think about that ending, the Thriller ending, where he's walking.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Definitely. And it's not that far off, actually. The Thriller ending's underrated, man. Thriller's kind of scary. Thriller's not bad.
You know, Captain EO's pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know, talks about that.
So there we go. I know it was sort of makeshift, and I didn't want to like make it incredibly complicated because I wanted everybody to be able to jump in and have fun with it.
I loved it.
I hope you folks
But yeah,
had fun.
do we pick this back up? Do we just this is a one shot, or did we agree to like a season? I'm not.
We can do it again if you want. This was put together by my friend Andy, aka Mick Dre Bean, who's one of our good supporters of Journey here in town. She knew that I was had been involved in this game creation, and I talked to Zweihander, and they were like, "Yeah, we'd love to do it." So I designed it to be done as a one-time thing because I honestly just wanted to be able to give people a booking. Because I know that's not super easy right now. So
yeah, thanks.
Not exactly the. This is way harder than putting on a wrestling show, by the way. Putting this together. It's not.
Why is it harder?
This
No,
was like a
maybe.
What's that?
It's like a fly little pilot episode though. Like if you want to go, I mean, we ain't doing shit.
Well, here's the good thing is like I set it up to where we could play again, or we could end it there and it would still be satisfying. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. I know that Zweihander has talked about wanting to do like a regular game, and honestly, I have time on my hands now to do something like this. If you guys are into it,
yeah, if we can make that happen, I'd be down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd come back.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope that everybody watching it had fun. What's that?
I need to pluck this little kid's eye out.
I need to drop kick this dude in the back again.
I'm not. Yeah, I think we just have to leave that there, just for now at least, to like let the mystery like settle in as to whether you've actually like accidentally been used and to summon a devil into the world. Because
what?
Spoiler alert!
I think that's exactly what we did.
I think that's what happened now. Dang.
Yeah. Let's be honest. That was the way it was going to have to end.
The lesson learned. Every time I tried to be gentle and nurturing, it came back to bite me on the ass. Never again.
Yeah, remember
I told you
your ass.
I said to kick that kid. I told you to kick.
That kid had it coming.
Didn't finish the job.
And as expected, Erratica is the one who came away unharmed. Erratica is 100% healthy.
Real cool, Erratica. Real cool.
All right. Well, tell Anton that he missed out. But
I'm gonna tell him this was a blast. He really did miss out. maybe the uncouth youth can like be in this world, and but I don't know. I had a blast. That was
Or
so
we're
cool.
drafting. We could just draft it. If Anton can't do it, we could draft somebody. It's like, you remember the Jeffersons? They had Lionel, and then they replaced Lionel. And, you know, there was Black Aunt Viv, and then there was light skinned Aunt Viv. We missed Black Aunt Viv.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if we're gonna
I mean, they're
keep,
both black.
if you want to keep playing and we keep making this a regular thing, I would also say we can, we can go through making your own characters, so you can pick something that actually like, you know, fits your style. I did this just for the one shot because I figured we didn't want to spend all our time making characters, obviously.
No, but you got me interested in this story now. I am.
Right.
Yeah.
We can put you in this story too without doing this.
Wait, so like the
Yeah,
portal we went through was like the Siege Perilous from the X-Men?
I'm gonna leave that one open ended. I wanted to show you this actually because you weren't here
What are you
earlier for this.
talking
This is the wrestler character from this. I wanted to show you the art because I thought you'd get a pop out of what the wrestler art looks like. That's from the book. That is the. Oh wait, I forgot. You can't see my screen because that's on the.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Hold on a second. I'll share it to you. I forgot that. I just showed it to people on
Hey.
the Twitch. Look at this.
I know her.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I seen it for a second. It went away.
Yeah, may have been influenced, but yeah.
Yeah. I did a cooking show with that character yesterday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
Fine. I don't know. I stayed at least 6 feet away.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, yeah. Well, tons of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, it's nice to be able to do something like this for you folks, and we'll hopefully things went pretty good. I didn't get to watch the chat. I know we had moderators like watching the chat and everything, because actually I like went directly to Zweihander's Twitch channel as opposed to the Journey Pro one, so I didn't see any of the comments or anything like that, but I did put people there to monitor the comments, and hopefully if they ask some good questions, we'll answer them later.
Cool.
Figure out.
I
almost forgot we had like I almost forgot we had an
forward.
audience like most of the way through this. Like
I forgot that the entire time.
that we were just hanging out together, but yeah, we totally had people watching us. I just have no idea how many, so hopefully it was good. But yeah, I had a blast. I'm gonna call this a night, and appreciate y'all for taking the time. And
Yeah, we gotta keep the season going, man. We got
Yeah.
the mini season.
I'm glad you got invested, and I'm glad you had a good time. So
Yeah, it was awesome.
all right.
I would come back next week. I would be able to be here, I think.
Excellent.
I
Well,
could do that.
we'll talk about it. We'll put something together.
Perfect.
I know Jake's got to do the body guy challenge or whatever first. So we
Yeah, and everyone has to watch it because I know you don't have anything going on.
I'll watch it. It's the 3rd, right, at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
on Ethan.
Yeah.
Where do we-
Paige has it on his YouTube channel, and it's like it's ready to go as soon as it's up. Like the live stream is going. Like you can, like you hit like and subscribe, and it will set a reminder for you or something like that.
Cool. All right.
Can we all virtual high five?
Yep. I'll put up the high five
Ah.
here. Aqua
There.
team.
All
All right.
right.
Good night,
Thanks, y'all.
everybody.